Welcome to another year of the greatest fantasy football league ever created, the league. Chris, we'd like to welcome you back for your second year. Many of us didn't think you'd be here. Many of us thought you'd be replaced, maybe thrown out of the league for a multitude of reasons, but we've decided to keep you because I think most of us are good, not all, but most. And I think we appreciate your effort that you put in. It's not easy to lose 7 games in a row, but we have faith in you and we think you're going to bounce back. So without further ado, I guess let's get into it, right? I mean, it's the preview. I mean, we're not going to go too in-depth on teams here. We're just going to talk about high-level things. Congratulations to our reigning champion, the former auto draft king himself, Salvatore the Dinosaur. Many of us, myself included, didn't know if he'd be able to pull it off without using the help of Yahoo's auto draft. But silly us. I mean, Alvin Kamara scores 6 touchdowns on Christmas Eve, ruins Tui's life. It happens, and I congratulate Sal. It was a good victory. He's won 3 of the 9 championships. Pretty embarrassing, but congratulations to Sal. I think we'll look at each team right now. We'll start with the champion. We'll start with the reigning champ, going for the only player to ever go back-to-back, Salvatore the Dinosaur. Trying to do it again. I mean, he's got his QB, Josh Allen. He's got a good stable of wide receivers, Terry McLaurin, Deontay Johnson, Mike Williams if he stays healthy. But, I mean, he got the steal of the draft, in my opinion, Christian McCaffrey at 3. So I think it's going to be a good year for Sally Stubbs. I have a lot of faith in him putting together a quality year, as he always does. We've got 3 inches is a lot, which is Tom Gorman. It's going to be, with Tom, it's going to come down to the quarterback. Can Jalen Hurts and or Baker Mayfield get him 15 to 20 points a game? If so, it's a good team. Took Derrick Henry 1. I don't hate it. I'm surprised by it, but I don't hate it. Tom's got a good team. I think Tom's going to be in it when things are said and done. Next, we have Bishop Sycamore, which is Matt Stokes, who's looking for a rebound after last season's not typical Matt Stokes year. He, I think, was sometimes overshadowed due to Gaz's just immense inability to win. But Matt's got probably, in my opinion, the most balanced team in the league. Tom Brady, Diggs, Robinson, DJ Moore, Aaron Jones, Mostert, Kyle Pitts. It's a good team. Trey Sermon lurking on the bench. Good team in a 12-team league. I expect Matt to really hold his own this year. Next, we got up Chiquita Banana, who fucked me over taking Antonio Brown. It's going to come down to if David Montgomery is David Montgomery and if Tyler Higbee can get him some points. If so, Luke's going to have a good team. It's a lot of hope this time of year, And I think a lot of guys are thinking that, their team is positioned to win. I know one of those teams is Gus Bus, Andy Unchained. He, for the first time in his career, I think didn't go RB. Took Antonio Gibson and Devontae Adams, who inexplicably fell to the 15th pick, 14th pick in the draft. Mike Evans, very touchdown dependent. We'll see what happens there, but he's got Dak Prescott going tonight. He's got Rob Gronkowski going tonight. It's going to be fun to watch. I expect Gus Bus to, be in it towards the end. Another team who's won it before in the past year is Hollywood. Miles Sanders, panic pick of the draft, maybe the most panic pick I've ever seen. I've never seen somebody have less of a clue of what they were doing when making a selection. But Miles Sanders, the Eagles, he's on a terrible team, but he's a talented running back. I think if Kyle gets anything out of Miles Sanders, he's got a good team. I think it's going to come down to that pick. He fucked me over. He took Marquez Callaway right before me, but, former champion, trust him, know what he's doing. I think Kyle could have a good year. Herbert Avenue, it pains me to say this, but I think this is the best team in the league, especially if Herbert is a QB 10 and higher, which I think he will be. DK Metcalf, Keenan Allen, have probably the highest floor wide receivers in football that you can't get in the first 15 picks. Chase Claypool, Alvin Kamara. It's a good, deep team. I think Dylan's got a squad there trying to make the playoffs after last year's not so successful season. Now we come up to the runner-up, Ketchup and Mostert. Tui's RB2 is going to be a question mark, I think, all year. Darrell Henderson. He's got Leonard Fournette, playoff Lenny, Lombardi Lenny, if you will. If he can get something out of that, second place runner-up, Ketchup and Mostert could be talking the same thing again. Next, we got me. I don't know. I have horrible wide receivers, and I need Patrick Mahomes and Austin Eckler to not be hurt and carry my team. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't like my team. Next, we got Skinny Kyle. Skinny Kyle, I think, has, again, one of the more balanced teams in the league. He's got Hockenson, Tannehill. Those are two of the mid-tier players that when you draft, I feel like you typically end up with stronger running backs and wide receivers, as is the case here with Russell. You know, he's got Kareem Hunt lurking on the bench. That's a great little stash. Former champion, you know. I could see Russell being a playoff team and making a little bit of a run here. Second to last, we have Team Pug, a former champion. Took CeeDee Lamb in the second round. Didn't think it was possible, but he did it anyway. He's got his boy Laviska Shenault. This is another team, I think, pretty well balanced. I think he did not expect to be having Christian McCaffrey fall to him. Him passing on him, didn't expect that either. But took Dalvin Cook. If A.J. Brown's knee isn't completely deteriorated by week 8, I think he's got a pretty solid team. Aaron Rodgers, you know, he's got going for that Green Bay connection with Tanyan. Could be a good year for Team Pug. And last but not least, the player formerly known as Hot Dog Shit, Chubba Hubba. Chubba Hubba. I mean, it's all going to come down to pick 12 and 13. We all know it. It's the best pick of the draft. It was the absolute moment of the draft. It was the moment of the season. Joe Mixon going to Chris Gazzaro. Now, many of us said, you know, he'll never do it. He's not that dumb. He can't possibly do that. He cannot do that. He did that. That's what separates Chris from everybody else. That's why we keep Chris in this league. That's what makes Chris Gazzaro special. He took Joe Mixon after he burned him last year. Chris, I'll give it to you. If Saquon and Joe Mixon hit, you got a pretty good team. Because I love Ayuk, and I love Cooper Kupp. Lamar Jackson, if he didn't take a shit in the middle of the Week 15 game, I possibly beat Tui last year, but I digress. George Kittle bounced back here. I mean, you know, it's all going to come down to Barkley and Mixon. And if you can get what we think you can get out of them, you might have a real squad here, Chubba Hubba, the player formerly known as Hot Dog Shit. So, with that being said, I don't think I missed anybody. I wish everybody the best of luck. I think it's going to be a great year. I'm not going to predict winners. I don't do that. I'm a commissioner. I'm a player. I would never do that to my fellow league members. I would just do it. I just wouldn't do it. I do think I know who's going to come in last, but I won't say his name. And I wish everybody the best of luck. So get your lineups in tonight. You know, Tampa at Dallas. I kind of like Dallas getting 7.5. I think it's a lot of points. Reigning champion teams are always a little flat to start out, but we'll have to tune in to see. So best of luck, everyone, and especially you guys.